Hello stock traders and tax evaders. Today I'm gonna demonstrate how to use the Lansky guided sharpening system. I've owned this system for a couple of years now and I still use it every now and then. This is a perfect system for anyone who's really new into sharpening. Inside this box you'll get some guide rods that you attach to the sharpening stones, the clamp that holds the knife, oil which shall never be used on a diamond stone, and the stones themselves, which range from to
doesn't hurt me.
And everything in between. The only thing you'll need is a marker and a screwdriver. The knife I'll use to demonstrate on is going to be the Becker Escobar, which I used in the rust test. This knife is in need of a resharpening since I used some sandpaper to get rid of the rust, and the edge is pretty rounded. So this is the clamp that holds your knife. It's a two-piece construction made of aluminum, with some holes placed here and there. There are two screws on this clamp. One is for adjusting the angle of the clamp, so that it will fit your blade better. The other one is for tightening the clamp to your knife. These are the angle holes that are on the system. These are used to set the edge angle. You got 17 degrees, 20 degrees, 25 degrees and 30 degrees on both sides. I'm just using a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen the screw, as well as setting the angle of the clamp using the back screw. Once that's done, I'll just put the knife in between the clamp and then tighten the screw until it fits snugly and the blade doesn't move freely, otherwise your results might not be as good. I'm gonna use the Sharpie to paint the edge of the blade, just so that I can see if I have the right angle set on the system. This is something I really recommend to newcomers of this system, but even if you are a veteran user, it's still a good thing to practice. Now you take your sharpening stone and the guide rod, and you put the guide rod through the back hole of the stone, and then just tighten the screw. Make sure that the guide rod is in line with the diamond plate. You do this by pressing down on the stone towards a flat surface like a table or something, whilst the guide rod is inserted. This will also help you be as consistent as possible with the following stones. Now I'm just making sure that I have the right angle. I'm just looking how much of the sharp is getting taken off by the stone. Once I have the right angle, I just go back and forth until I'm satisfied and it looks straight. Then I just go to the other side and repeat the process. Because of the amount of work that was needed on this knife, I've skipped the extra coarse stone. That stone is pretty much only used for really badly damaged blades. Once I'm happy with the results, I'll switch to a higher grit stone and repeat the process once again. One thing to keep in mind when doing this is that you want to be pretty even on both sides so that you don't unalign the edge. I'm now going to move on to the medium stone and repeat the process again. I'm going to stress this once again, make sure that the guide rod is in line with the sharpening stone. Otherwise, your results will be inconsistent. So just press it against the table whilst tightening the screw. Now you do the same thing, go back and forth and try to be as even as possible. Once the scratch pattern on the edge looks even, it's time to move on. What I mean by this is, once you can't find any scratches that looks out of place or bigger than the other scratches. Now I'll move on to the final stone. This is the fine stone. This is the stone with the highest grit in this system. And again, you just make sure that the guide rod is in line with the sharpening stone. And then you just go back and forth again until the scratch pattern looks even. Now you could say you're done after using the fine stone, but I really recommend stropping the blade afterwards. So I'll just take it out of the clamp and do a couple of passes on my strop to remove the burr and to ensure that I get as sharp of an edge as possible. I recommend stropping for pretty much whatever sharpening system you're using. Once I'm satisfied with the stropping, I'll just wipe down the blade with some alcohol to remove the Sharpie marks. Now it's just time to test the edge to see if it's sharp, which it is. This is a really fast system to get an edge on a knife. I think this took me about 10 minutes all in all to do. Hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Take care.